Hello, I'm VLXV Gaming, and welcome to my top 5 games of 2016. Now, before we start, I just want to say a few things. First, I'm sorry that this came out late. I've been very busy with school and stuff like that, so I hope you understand. Second of all, why it's the top 5 is because I haven't really played a lot of games that came out 2016. So if your favorite game isn't in here, it's probably because I haven't played it. Um, I can say that all these that are in this list is actually is all the games of 2016 I played. So 5 games. Also, this is my list. If you don't like my list, just write your own in the comments. I will be happy to see what your favorite game of 2016 was. Just show me in the comments. I will be happy to see it. Now there's another thing I need to talk about, and it's that I might sound a little bit weird, and why. You might ask yourself the reason why, but I don't know if I sound weird. That's the thing. I don't think I sound weird, but maybe I do. I don't know. It's because I don't know. I've been talking a lot of Scottish, and don't ask me why, but I talked a lot of Scottish, and that's sort of like accent is stuck in me and I can't get it out. So if I sound a bit weird, it's just because, well, Scottish. Well, without further ado, let's get going to number 5.
He's just like, how did he can't see you, but he could see the arrow.
I killed. Coming in number 5 is Skyrim Special Edition. Now, reason why Skyrim Special Edition is here is because, wow, I mean, I played Skyrim when it came out 2011. I was about, let's see here, I was, wait, let's see here. I was 13 years old when Skyrim came out. Yes, I was that young when Skyrim came out. I didn't remember that, so I was like totally fucking mind blown now when I realized that. In that year, Skyrim was like the best game ever created. Like, you could do anything in Skyrim. Everything in Skyrim. Literally, legitimate everything. And, the combat was awesome. The soundtrack was awesome. The graphics were awesome. The world was awesome. And it felt so good to finally get back to Skyrim once again, but with a with slightly better graphics. Now, like if you know me, I often say graphics do not matter. Graphics isn't the main point of the game. The main point of the game is the story, the gameplay, the soundtrack, then graphics. In my opinion, maybe not in your opinion, but it's my opinion. And that you just have fun with the game. If you have fun playing that game, you should play that game. Um, but I had so much fun, coming back to Skyrim, just feeling, that massive, amount of things you can do. The graphics coming back that still looks pretty good to this date, and crafting your own character, um, you know, leveling up, choose what you want to put. If you want to choose, you want to be better in two-handed or like one-handed, shield, pickpocketing, smithing, alchemy, whatever you want. There's so much variety. There's so many different paths you can go in Skyrim, and I'm gonna say, the dragon boss fights. It's holy shit! That it's so much fun. They can just randomly appear wherever you are. They can dragons just appear. 2 dragons can appear, and you just say, "Fuck you! We're gonna attack you right here, right now." Also, I gotta give I gotta give Bethesda creds for making a like in-game mod thingy. Now, even though there's not a lot of mods now in the game, there's a few mods, and I gotta say, those mods I have installed are awesome. So he's gonna say it's freaking amazing game, totally amazing. Now, reason why it's number 5 is because it's Skyrim, and Skyrim is already a made game. It's just a um, special edition, if we say like that. That's why it's on number 5, because like I said, it doesn't really bring anything new to the table, just slightly better graphics and a mod um, community in game. So that's why I'm number 5. Now let's head on to number 4, which I'm gonna say right here, right now. I actually don't have any footage of this from this game. I'm terribly sorry for that, but it's pretty hard, and you will understand why. But let's head to number 4 and see what it is. Coming in number 4 is Pokemon Sun and Moon. Now, I have only played Pokemon Sun, but Pokemon Sun and Moon, like all the other Pokemon games, doesn't really change that much in depth. It just maybe have a few alternate, like they have, Sun have one legendary, Moon has one legendary, and stuff like that. It doesn't really change that much in game. Now, I think people can understand why I don't have any footage for this, because you gotta play that on a 3DS, and getting footage from a 3DS into a PC isn't really the easiest. You can get photos. That's kind of it. That's kind of the only thing you can do. So it's kind of difficult to get in. You gotta, if I remember correctly, you need to like buy a special version of the 3DS, which is pretty expensive. So I can't do that. So I hope you understand. But let's get to the point right here, right now. Why Pokemon Sun and Moon is on number 4 on my list is because it brings such a change to Pokemon itself. Now we always been playing, this thing, you battle gyms, and then you battle the Elite Four for you who doesn't know, and then you complete the Pokedex, capturing all the Pokemon. Now, what Sun and Moon does is to actually change that formula into island challenges. That there's a person, I don't really remember what they're called, but they have this called island challenge. You need to do them and do those challenges and then battle them, and then you don't get a badge like you do in the usual Pokemon games. You get like this sea move stone, which is epic, and every challenge is kind of different. I wouldn't say it's completely different. It's kind of different from each other. Now, also that this game is completely 3D. I remember hearing that X and Y wasn't really 3D. It was kind of like just the Imagine of or something like that. It was like how to say it, an illusion of 3D, but it really wasn't. But this game was completely 3D. Um, the new Pokemons are amazing. The Alola forms some are amazing. I wouldn't say Grimer has a very amazing uh, new form, but I would say that, for example, Mohawk has a pretty awesome Alola form, for example. Also, I love that Wonder Trade is back. That was hell of a fun in X and Y. It's still fun today. Um, Other things is that it's just Alola. The Alola region itself is pretty freaking awesome, to be honest with. Um, and it's just plain old Pokemon fun, to be honest. It has some new things, but still brings that normal, regular Pokemon formula to the good sides of it to the game, which makes it really fun to play for new and old fans. Now, reason why it's on number 4, to be honest, is that even though it made some changes, it's kind of still hasn't done very that much, and you can still kind of say that this is just a new Pokemon game, with some slight changes. Also, reason is that I have the oldest 3DS. I have the oldest version, just the plain old 3DS, and apparently that game it doesn't really work 100% with the regular 3DS. It kind of lag if you have like 4 Pokemons on the same time. It kind of lags, which sucks in my opinion, because it brings you out of this experience. And on a PC you could do anything, but you can't really do anything here because it lags. You can't really change the graphics or anything like that. It's just like that, which kind of, in my opinion, takes you out of the mood and the intensity in the game, which is pretty sad, to be honest. Also, I think to get all this online modes, you need to go into the I don't remember what it's called, but something. It was pretty annoying because in X and Y there was use this hub on the lower screen that you can just press, go into what do you want. Now you need to go into the hub, you need to go into this place, and then it's gonna load, you gotta check your internet connection, and then you gotta choose whatever the fuck you want to do, and then it's gonna change your look for your internet connection and stuff like that. It's pretty annoying. So that's kind of why it's number 4. Great game, but has a few flaws. Now let's head to number 3. Now, coming at number 3 is This War of Mine. Now, This War of Mine did came out very early in 2016, but I played it very, very late. Nearly, I just played it maybe. The first day I played it was the day before New Year's Eve, so you can like reckon how late it was. But I played it. I am glad I played it because it's like I will explain it like this. It's like The Sims, but you're in a war as you need to survive. You start off with a random character or characters, and you gotta start, searching the house for, supplies and stuff like that, like food and medicine and materials and stuff like that. And then in the evening, you need to go and scavenge. You need to go to different places and scavenge for food and medicine and stuff like that. And you go back. You just go like this over and over again. And like you said, you need to survive. And the funny thing is that it's like in the beginning I also felt like this doesn't sound like a good game, but it is actually a very good game. I wouldn't say that if someone says that graphics is the thing that matters the most, you should not play this because it's not wow graphics to be honest. But the gameplay works and the story works because the story is legitimate, just survive, and it actually works very well. And the music works very well because and the thing is you not only need to survive because you need to choose what place you need to go to order to scavenge, and some places are more dangerous than others, so you feel kind of like scared of going to these uh, places with danger in it because you don't want to die. If your character dies, the people back at your home will be depressed, and you don't want that because then you don't want to work and you don't want to do stuff, like that. So it's really risk game and a survival game, and people can come to your door and maybe ask you to help them, or maybe they want to stay at your place, and all that is a risk. Why? Okay, but it really is a risk because if you might accept someone so they get to your place, they might steal your supplies, so you will lose them, and you can be raided on the evenings. If you help someone, that you can get killed by them or something like that. It's all risk game, which makes it so intense because you don't want people to die, because you really start feeling a connection to these people, in my opinion at least. And you don't want them to die because the other characters will start saying things like, I can't believe he's gone, he was here yesterday and now he's not here. Really, really start to feel their emotions, which make this game so great in my opinion, because it's not just a survival game, it's really a emotional trip to a journey of surviving. You really want to survive, you really want these people to survive and make good lives. You don't want to lose any one of them. Now, reason why it's number 3, to be honest, is that it's a survival game. And don't get me wrong, survival games are very, very good, and great and funny, but once you understand the pattern of a survival game, that kind of you lose the intensity and survival, because you know how to survive, so you know everything you need to do in order to survive, and it just kind of ruins the mood in the end. But right now, this game is still pretty. I still need to think, and I still feel like I need to make risks and stuff like that. So for me, it's still a very good game. But like I said, when you finally understand the pattern of the game, what you need to do build first, and what you need to do in order to do like that, the game will probably not be as fun anymore. But right now, it's pretty fun for me. So It's number 3, but it's a great game. You should if people like survival games, you should check this out. I guarantee you won't regret it. Now, let's head up to number 2.
For Azeroth!
On number 2 comes World of Warcraft Legion. Now, before we start, I just want to say one thing so we get this clear. For the Alliance. Now, with that clear, we can start this. Now, World of Warcraft is a amazing game. I love World of Warcraft. I think it's an epic game. You know, it's an awesome experience. Everyone should play it. You can do nearly everything in this game, to be honest. It's just a lot of things to do. And Legion really expanded that. It starts with this intense opening that you start to have so many questions after. You wonder what's going to happen. Everything, you start to ask so many questions, and then you go, you get your order hall depending on your class. You go to that order hall or that order hall, stuff like that. It changes completely. You get your artifact weapon, which is like legendary weapons inside World of Warcraft, like Doomhammer or the I forgot what it's called, Ashbringer. It just brings these very cool stuff to the table, and also they put in this awesome in the Broken Isles, the new how to say it, the new leveling zones. The good thing about this, you can go to whichever you want, because if we say you're level 110, level 102, level 102, you go to one place and everyone is level 102. Then you go to another place, you say level to one. You go up to level 103, and you go to the next place, and everyone is level 103, and then you return to another place when you level 104, and every you know every mob you're fighting will adapt to your levels. You will be level 104, which is great for if you're in a party. For exactly me and Jonathan in last expansion, Draenor, Warlords of Draenor, we couldn't do this because I was higher level than him. Here we can go if he's a level lower than me or higher than me. It doesn't really matter because for him the mobs will be his level, and for me, the mobs will be my level. So we can still engage in combat with each other and fight side by side, which make the game an epic, co-op experience once again. I gotta say, the dungeons are very funny. The new transmog sets are very cool in my opinion. Not maybe the coolest, but they're still cool. The Demon Hunter class is an epic class. Really, one of my favorite classes, I gotta say. And there's so much to do in Legion that's just makes the game so much better than it was before. I gotta give credit for Blizzard for this, really. And soundtrack is amazing. Now graphics, they don't really change anything for the for the graphics in this game, but still, World of Warcraft have this cool art, game art style that it just fits perfectly, so it doesn't really matter. Now gameplay still the same, but Blizzard have changed nearly every I don't really remember. I mean, um, but they have at least changed a few animations for the combat system, so everyone, not every attack is the same as it was before Legion. Some of them are changed, or maybe everyone. Like I said, I don't really remember, but. And yeah, you can level to 110, which is epic. You just keep leveling up, which is amazing. Now, why this? Also, I gotta say that you really get engaged in the story and your quest and everything like that. So that's why on number 2. No, that's reason why it should be on number 1, but it's not. I got you there. Reason why it's not on number 1 is because it's an expansion. I go with the same thing that I did with Skyrim here. Now, it probably would have been number 1 if I just, wouldn't have this game instead. It would be number 1 immediately. I can guarantee you. But like I said, it's number two because it's an expansion, so it's really not a fully game. It just expands on a game that's already amazing. Doesn't mean that World of Warcraft never will have numbers, top spot number one on my list. It probably will someday, but not this year because this a game that I thought deserved that play one spot. So let's just head to that game. You you did amazing job, Blizzard, with World of Warcraft Legion. I hope we'll see an awesome expansion in the future. But let's head to number one. Now, I said that Blizzard tried very hard with Legion, didn't I? I did. But they didn't succeed. Or they did. They did succeed very much. But they didn't succeed to get Legion on top two or top one. But it's fine, Blizzard. You want to know why? Number one on my top 5 list is Overwatch. Now, I know. Maybe it's not Game of the Year material, but like I said, I only played like 5 games last year. So I can't really say anything else. I don't really think the other games top that spot. Like I said, Skyrim is already a made game. Had already came out before. Didn't really bring anything new to the table. Pokemon Sun and Moon did bring some new things to the table, but not that much. Warmine survival game, like you know what I said about survival games, and Legion did bring new things to the table, but like I said, expansion. So it's not really a full game. Overwatch, however, is a full game, and it did bring a lot to the table, in my opinion. I've never had so much fun playing a first-person shooter game. To be honest, I played nearly every Halo game. I nearly played through every Call of Duty game. Played some Counter Strike, not every Counter Strike. Thank God for that. Not a big Counter Strike fan, but all those games did bore me. I started to feel bored after playing them for a few hours, like a couple of hours. However, and I could never play them by myself. I always got bored playing them by myself. However, Overwatch is a whole different. It's another story because Overwatch. I've been having so much fun playing that by myself and with Jonathan. Uh, leveling up, getting these crates, which I gotta give Blizzard credit actually, to be honest, for not giving, doing this like other games do. They give you guns that are better and stuff like that in crates. Uh, Overwatch actually used to give you skins and sprays and voice lines and emotes and stuff like that. That doesn't really, help you in game like other like Call of Duty does. Give you, here you got the best weapon in the game. Now you can kill everyone and stuff like that. Because everyone, yeah, you get my point. Not saying that crates is a good thing. They should all disappear, but this is a pretty good way to do it, in my opinion. All these events, like the Christmas event where I played like an insane crazy man, used to get all the all the skins and all the emotes and stuff like that. But let's head to the gameplay. The gameplay, in my opinion, works very very well. I love the gameplay in this game. I think it's so epic and so every character has their different abilities and weapons and ultimate attacks and stuff, and voice lines and stuff like that, which I gotta give credit. I also gotta give credit that not everyone is from America. Some character, we have a Swedish, Torbjörn from Sweden, and we got Farah from Egypt, and we got I just gonna think here. We got Reinhardt from Deutschland, Germany. I mean, I think he's from Germany at least. Yeah, he's probably from Germany. Yeah, which just makes it the variation even bigger. Also, that we have attack characters, defend characters, tank characters, support characters also makes everyone needs to be there, which in my opinion is very great. Now I gotta say that it's a bit toxic in the community. It's a bit toxic. Not gonna say that everyone is toxic, but a few people are toxic, which I think is horrible. You know, you see, if you haven't seen that video, go check it out. I was pissed, but and I think the graphics is pretty good actually. I think it's a very unique art style and graphics for the game, in my opinion. And yeah, about the story, well, there isn't really much of a story. Their end game is more like outside game because Blizzard puts out these comics and trailers and stuff like that, which tells us the story for us, and we don't need gameplay, which I'm pretty happy about because I never nearly played. I played through a Halo campaign, but not with COD because it was so boring in my opinion. But just just feeling that it always makes me happy. Feeling this rush when you get an ultimate and you succeed and do such an epic ultimate. I love play of the game. It's always cool to see how people how people did in game and see how badass their play of the game is. Totally amazing. But that's why it's a number one, to be honest. Like I said, if you don't agree with me, remember these are like the 5 games I just played from 2016. Also, if you don't agree with me, please send me your list. You can send me a top 10 list right here in the comments to tell me what you thought, which games you thought would deserve a top 10 spot. I'd be happy to look it up. Now, look at them. I want to see what do you think. And sorry again for this video being a bit, coming out a bit late, but like I said, I have a lot to do in school and stuff like that. I actually have a lot of stuff to still do, but I thought that I had to do this to to show you guys, give you a proper video. So I hope you enjoy it. If you do, please leave a like, and if you're new to the channel, please subscribe. And yeah, that was everything for today, guys. Now, have an awesome weekend, and I'll see you guys tomorrow. Bye.